Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Carlos Music, and I'm back with another tutorial. That's right, another tutorial. Now, in this tutorial, we'll be studying Bilal's When Will You Call? Such a great song from Bilal's first album. Now, look, I'll do my best to interpret these chords and progressions, and if it can help anybody with this song, then I'm all for it. Let's get to it. Now, the beginning, the chords are so bluesy and so rich, and I love it. Now, I'll go through the intro one time, and then we'll explain what's going on. Here we go. Alright, so that first, all that's based on this F7 chord, right? So we have our F, C in the bass, E flat in the right hand, A, C. But what we're doing on the beginning, we're trilling from this A flat to an A to that F, all with the F in the bass. And then we'll add the rest of the chord and that C in the bass, right? The movement makes the chord. So if you're just coming straight, it's a nice chord, but the movement, right? And the next chord, that chord is going to be our A flat major chord with the B flat in the bass. B flat in the bass, E flat in the right hand, A flat, C. So we'll come up and grab that A flat, right? One octave up. Then we're on our B diminished. B in the bass, B in the right hand, D, F. Then we have our C7 sus4, C in the bass, G in the right hand, B flat, F. Our G7, G in the bass, F in the right hand, B, D, right? C7 chord, C in the bass, E in the right hand, B flat, C. Back to our F7. And we'll hit that A in the bass, climbing up to that B flat, right? Right? So that B flat is going to start with this F minor chord with this B flat in the bass. B flat in the bass, C, F, A flat. Then we have our E flat chord with that same B flat in the bass, B flat in the right hand, E flat, G. Then we have our B flat 7, B flat in the bass, A flat in the right hand, D, F. Right? So as we come there, back to that G7, C7, F7, and now we're going to go chromatically down to the D7, right? So that C7 is here. Gets a little dark down there, right? So you can change up the fingering if you want, but I like that dark sound, especially for this intro, right? So we have our F7. We go to our E7, E in the bass, D in the right hand, A flat, B, E flat 7, E flat in the bass, B flat, D flat in the right hand, excuse me, G, B flat. Then we have our D7, D in the bass, C in the right hand, F sharp, A, right? So then we'll grab this A flat 7 with the 9 and the 13th, A flat in the bass, F sharp in the right hand, B flat, C, F. Right, so then we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do that move, just adding an extra move in there, but we'll start that move with a G in the bass. And we'll end up on our B flat, right? So right? That same thing. Only thing we add is go back up to the E flat chord, back to the B flat 7. But by the time we add on our B flat 7, we got our B flat in the bass, right? B diminished, C7 sus4, back down to the B diminished, G7, and then we'll do this move, right? With our C in the bass, we're doing our trill from our B flat, B, B flat, A flat, F, C, right? So we'll do that, G7, and it leads us right back to our F7, right? And then he'll start singing, right, on this part with that same. So if we're coming out of that G7, baby, call me when you, right? And then we'll start the song, right? Get our intro chords, right? We have our right? So what that is, D flat major 7 with the 9th, right? But the way we're doing it, we have our D flat in the bass, of course, F in the right hand, A flat, C. So we start off with those 3 notes first, right? And then we'll come up and grab our E flat, right? Which brings our 9th, right? So then we have our B major 7, B in the bass, F sharp in the right hand, B flat, E flat, right? And we'll do that once, twice, 3 times. That last chord is going to be our C7. So we have a C in the bass, B flat in the right hand, C, E, right? Different inversion, right? You can hit the, right? You can hit that. You can hit the, right? Either way, I like this one, right? And then we'll get into our verse, right? So that's the intro. Right? And then our verse will start here. 3 in the morning, tossing and turning, it's late. Just can't rest, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. Will you call? Ring my phone. I hope you'll not forget me. I can't sleep, and I can't, and I won't until I hear your voice. When will you call? Right, and back to that intro. Those intro chords were a part of the intro chords, right? So our verse is when we start, we have our F minor 7. F in the bass, F in the right hand, A flat, C, E flat, right? So to our C7, C in the bass, G in the right hand, B flat, E. Back to our F minor 7, to our B flat 7, B flat in the bass, F in the right hand, A flat, D, right? Then we'll go back to that. Right? Now you see my different fingering with this C7, right? So it's the same thing. B major 7, C7. So my finger in there is just C in the bass, E in the right hand. I add that G, B flat, C. Right? And that's how that verse will go. C7, B flat 7. Here we go. And then we're gonna go to that part where I can't, right? So here we go. Right? So that starting off on that D flat major 7 with the 9th, right? We have the notes to that. We have our C7. Now again, if this is too dark, you can hit the C7 that way. And then we have our F minor 7 to our B flat 7, E flat minor 7 with the 9th, E flat in the bass, F sharp in the right hand, B flat, D flat, F. That's our A flat 7 with the 9 and the 13. We have the notes to that, but just in case, A flat in the bass, F sharp in the right hand, B flat, C, F. Right? So that F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat minor 7 with the 9th, A flat 7 with the 9 and the 13th. Right? And we'll do the same thing over. Right? When will you call? Same thing. Right? We're gonna hit that C7 there, that C7, or number of ways you can do it, right? And you're going right back to that verse, right? Now, after those verses and hooks, 2 verses, 2 hooks, we're gonna be going into our change. So we're going into our change like this. Right? Usually we go to our C7, right? But we're doing that D flat major 7 to our B major 7, right? Now going into our change, we'll go to this F minor 7, right? And then our change will be there, right? So let's do the part leading up to the change, and we'll do our change vocally. So notice no letter, you just packed your ish and left. Girl, I deserve better, treated you like no one else. How could you? You know I love you, and I thought this love was true. Now we're through. What I'm gonna do, right? And that change is going to be, of course, we're leading into it with that F minor 7. Then we have our E flat minor 7, right? With the 9th. Right? So we're hitting that A flat as we go to this D flat major 7 with the 9th, right? That chord we've been hitting the most, right? C7, F minor 7. Same thing, right? Right? And then we're going to recognize those chords, right? And then we go right back. When will you? Right? That same D flat major chord to our B major 7. Right? So come to this part. Just hitting it different, right? So we have that same move as in the beginning. C7, F minor 7, B flat 7, right? And we don't do the on the E flat minor 7. We'll do the right. Then we lay it back, and then the end of the song will end with that same D flat major chord with the D flat major 7 with the ninth, right? And that's the entire song, people. Look, I hope this helped you. And if it helped you, won't you like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and hit the bell, people. Hey, look, it's Carlos Music, and I'm out.